Good morning, everyone. I have an exciting Masterful Mornings for you today. So I'm just going to share this in some groups and we are going to get going. I'm pretty excited this morning about this. So let me just put a few things. There we go. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? So we're all hooked up and all ready on our Facebook Live and on our podcast. So today, I want to talk to you about how we're going to build a house. Okay, we're going to talk about building your house. I'm just going to wait for one or two people to jump on. Just give this like a minute and we're going to be going on. This is one of my most favorite topics. Because when people want to understand something, we hear all the big words and stuff to make people understand things. We talk about the concept of things, but I like to make things really relatable for people so that they can relate to what I'm talking about. Okay, so they can relate to how these things really, really work. Okay, so we're going to start working on that today. So, yeah, ready? Here we go. So today's Masterful Mornings is about building a house. And that house is you. Okay, that house is all about you. It's everything that you are. So let's talk about that. The house comes with certain structural, certain structural things. I'm going to have a drink of coffee here. There's a foundation, there's the structure itself, we've got the roof, we've got the various rooms, we've got plumbing, we've got electrical. So all of this stuff is going on when we're building a home for us to live in. Good morning, Wayne. And this vessel, this container that we're in, I want you to think about it like building a house. Okay, like that house. Now, there's several layers to this, and we're gonna equate all of it the best I can. I'm not a house builder, but I do know the parts of it. So we're gonna do the best we can here. The first part is our foundation. Our foundation needs to be strong. And that foundation needs to have certain aspects to it. So the first thing that I think is very foundational is making sure that you get good sleep. And I will tell you why. Sleep is about 1/3 of our lives. I don't know why I have this frog in my throat all of a sudden. So 1/3 of our lives. And without sleep, we're lacking dopamine. Without sleep, we can't put our experiences in the right places. Okay, because during sleep, we actually take our experiences of the day and file them away properly. Okay, that's what we're doing during sleep. Okay, it affects our moods. It affects a lot of, we crave sleep. Our body can force us to go to sleep. It can't really force us to do a lot of things, but it can force us to sleep. There's a ton of benefits. I'm not going to get into all of the benefits of sleep right now, but sleep is a very vital foundation because without sleep, you can't build the roof. Okay. And the roof of the house is your awakening. It's your path and purpose. It's you standing in your potential. Okay. That's you standing in your power. So that is the roof of the house. And if you can't satisfy the foundation of the house, which is your sleep, you are never going to be able to maintain that roof. Okay, so that is super, super important. So the foundation of sleep is important. Sleep is also, I think, one of the very first or second, one of the top 3 things of self-care. Okay, so when people say that they can't sleep, We're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. That's a belief, and that goes into your electrical system. Okay. So now we're into the first level of the house. And the first level of the house is, that first floor is putting yourself first. Okay. So many of us, most of us, put ourselves last, right? So to put yourself first, that's going to be the first floor of your house. You must put yourself first. And I will again tell you why I say this, okay? You're probably a good mom or a good dad, a good boss, a good friend. You might be good at a lot of things. But what if you could be great? What if you could be awesome without question at those things? And the first step in that is to put yourself first. We tend to make ourselves last. And I'm going to say, the difference between men and women in this scenario is that men can put themselves first. Men do have the ability to do that quite much more easily than women, because women are naturally nurturers. So we tend to put ourselves last, take out the garbage. All of the other things that we have to do in our lives are first. And then, we take care of ourselves, maybe. Okay. So putting yourself first is very important, because if you feel happy and if you feel healthy and if you feel fulfilled, then you'll be an awesome mom, an awesome dad, an amazing boss, or, whatever your career is. You will be amazing at the things that you're doing in your life, a great friend, because you feel good about who you are. And if you feel good about who you are, then everything else just runs better. Okay, just runs way better and takes it to the next level. So building that house, our foundation is like that sleep, that self-care, right? That is a huge piece. The first floor is your putting yourself first. Part of putting yourself first, again, some more self-care, taking care of, some of your struggles, some of your challenges, starting to put them into the forefront. On that first floor is your kitchen. And I like to think of your kitchen like your heart, because in most people's homes, the kitchen is the heart of their home. It's where your company gathers. It's where your family comes together. It's where you provide nourishment for your family. So, the kitchen is an important part of your house. It's a vital part of the house. So I'm going to say that your heart is like your kitchen. So your kitchen needs to remain clear, so that you can have an effective making dinner, doing the things that you need to do, providing nourishment for the people that you love, right? So your kitchen needs to remain uncluttered. It needs to, if something's broken, you fix it, right? So if your faucet's broken, you fix it. If your refrigerator's broken, you fix it. If your stove doesn't work, you fix it, right? So your heart may need some fixing. You may need to be doing some forgiveness work. You may need to be, learning some self-love, right? Some self-validation, some self-appreciation. So you've got that powerful kitchen magic happening. So I feel like the kitchen is very much like the house, or sorry, very much like your heart. Okay. So that your kitchen is very much like your heart. The other rooms, we're going to get to the other rooms in a minute. Now, this house needs an electrical system, right? So far we've built the foundation, we know what's on the first floor. And now we need to build the electrical system. So the foundation, once again, is like the sleep that you need, starting to begin some self-care, some healing, but definitely you need to have sleep, right? You have to have sleep, because if you don't have a good foundation in your house, none of the other floors are going to be able to maintain the structure and the integrity that they need. So sleep is important as your foundation. The first floor is putting yourself first, right? Putting yourself first. Good morning, Rob. Doing the things that you need to do to make yourself feel healthy and happy, so that you are better for the people in your life. It's not the other way around. You know, we look for external things to make us happy. You have to be happy internally so that so that your house is beautifully renovated. You know, if you can't go into a house that's beautifully renovated, but it feels sad inside. We've been in those houses, cold. You know, you walk into a house sometimes and it feels cold inside. It feels like there's no heart in that house. It feels like it's sad in that house. You know, it feels heavy in that house. So what you want to do is have a light, airy house, right? So the kitchen being the heart of the house. Now, the house needs an electrical system. Okay. And that electrical system, in my perception, the electrical system is our subconscious. So that is our belief system, because our subconscious is our, you know, it takes care of how all of our organs run, right? How our heart beats, how our blood moves, how our liver works, but it also is the computer. Okay. So it records everything, including our belief system. And if we turn something on, something happens, right? If we turn something off, something happens, right? So I truly believe that our belief system and our subconscious is like the electrical circuits of the house, okay? And that fuse box or breaker box is going to be like your nervous system, okay? So the nervous system and your subconscious is all the wiring. Maybe it's the other way around. So the subconscious is going to be your breaker box. Now that I'm saying it out loud, that subconscious is going to be your breaker box, and all of the wiring running through your house is your nervous system. So you want to make sure that it's all running properly. We know what happens, right?